Hey, you! Welcome! Welcome to Make It Funny with Dave Dravnak. Hey, where I take your suggestions and I make them funny. If you'd like to leave a suggestion, put it in the comments. Do it now! I wonder if I could scare someone into leaving a ssuggestion. Like, oh my God, oh yeah, okay. Today's suggestion comes from somebody who I did not have to scare, Elvord, who I must thank you. You're one of the only people who ever leaves a suggestion. And today's suggestion is shoplifting. Now, if you're younger, like if you're under 30, you're probably like, what's that? Shoplifting? I see signs all over the store about it, but what is that? Is it really a thing? Well, once upon a time, it used to be a thing that you could get in trouble for. Now it's more like you see a sign that says, warning, shoplifters will be prosecuted to the full extent of the law, but not really, and we'll probably just let you walk out because basically the government just decided that we don't really want to push down too hard on people who shoplift because they're probably just doing it because they want to feed their family. It's a very long sign. But you know what I noticed? So they made a rule where people could basically steal anything under $1,000 and just walk right out the door. And so stores who don't like to lose money started locking everything up. There's some stores in California where you literally had to unlock a gate to get into the aisle, and then there's a security guard who frisks you. I said literally, but that's probably not the right word, you know. But anyway, stores just start locking stuff up, but the narrative that people are stealing to feed their families is false, and you know how I know? Because guess what never gets locked up? Bread. and what I also noticed is that vegetables never get locked up. In the history of histories, no one has ever thought to lock up vegetables because it turns out nobody really wants vegetables that bad. In fact, I think it's the one thing that, and fruits, I don't want to get in trouble. It's probably the one thing that stores would want you to steal. Avocados would be the one thing that should be in a locked, airtight container for no other reason than air is what destroys avocados. Air is what takes avocados from hard as a rock to ripe for all of 5 minutes to mush. And if they had those locked up, maybe you'd get like a week out of them instead of a couple hours or days or whatever it is. So, but anyway, stores would probably be happy if you stole fruits and vegetables because otherwise they got to throw half of them out anyway. But that's not what's getting stolen. That's not what's getting stolen. Kleptomaniacs was also something that I thought about when I got this suggestion, and it occurred to me, can somebody who steals big things be a kleptomaniac? Because you always hear about kleptomaniacs, but it usually refers to people who take small items. Like if somebody was at your house and they decided to take a knickknack off the shelf and put it in their purse, they might be a kleptomaniac. But if they came back later, broke into your house and stole your television and your furniture, could you still call them a kleptomaniac? It feels like the definition falls apart when it gets into big things, even though I know technically the definition is just a mental disorder, which also got me thinking. There cannot be such a thing as a kleptomaniac who isn't filthy rich. Dave, what are you talking about? That can't be true. Well, think about it. The definition of kleptomaniac is somebody who steals but doesn't really need to. Well, if you're poor, you might technically have the disease that makes you want to steal, but because you're poor, it can also fall into the category of you're doing it because you need to. So you can't really use kleptomaniac as your excuse because you need it. Like, listen, you're wearing these bike shorts and you really want them, and you're just going to steal them, I can't call you a kleptomaniac because you really need them, right? Right? As your lawyer, I'm telling you, you really needed them. Wait, as your lawyer, I think I'm going the wrong way with your defense. I'm supposed to be proving that you're a kleptomaniac, and then we can roll that into some sort of psychotic. I mean, the word maniac is in there, and then maybe we can get you into some sort of mental institution or something. I don't know what the penalties for theft is these days. It's also, the waters are so muddy. All I know for sure is that stores don't lock up tortillas. And if everyone's stealing to feed their family, then that sure isn't the, yeah. But they sure do lock up the razors and the formula. I'll tell you that much. Anyway, I'm going to get you a different attorney, one that knows more about law. And also, I think we're going to get a different person to do this, make it funny, because the person currently doing it, that's me, David Travener, doesn't know where he's going. I've really just lost my train of thought. I don't know. I don't know where I was going. Oh.